Yo, it's another episode of Stuck in the Middle podcast, man. I'm Reflex,
I'm
your host.
AK.
Bruh, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday, bro.
You had a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, man, look.
It was dope.
I don't even think Thanksgiving equal what we have on the table today, bruh.
Hey, oh man, listen. I woke up today, right? I'm looking at my wardrobe, right? I'm like, yo, I gotta rock something, man. I gotta wear something
gotta
to
represent.
match up, to represent, yo. I said, man, you know what? There's nothing that's gonna
match the
match
level of
the level of flyness of
sophisticatedness.
this gentleman, walked in here.
Let them know who we got in the building, bruh.
Hey, in the building today, right? It's a designer, a stylist, CEO, and founder of Stanlion clothing brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Stanlion in the building.
And with him today,
We gonna let you
Arsenal.
He brought Arsenal. We're gonna let you introduce your Arsenal, bruh.
Well, man, thank y'all for having us on the show, man.
No doubt.
Beautiful show. Yeah, so I have here with one of the baddest in the game, a supermodel, Franck Demanga, all the way from New York, man. These guys have been doing some dope stuff when it comes to fashion as a model and stylist and all that, man. So, it's only right that Stanlion had to, get connected with these guys. So we like to work with the best people to bring the best things for our customers. So
Welcome
Yes,
to the
sir.
pod, Frank.
Welcome to the pod.
bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. New York in the building.
That's the fashion capital, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Yeah, man.
Is it cool? You go by Stanley? Oh,
Well, you know what? Most of my friends call me Stan Low. Some call me now. They famously call me the Lion.
that man branded
I
it.
love because
The brand is talking.
the brand is talking, and the lion is that fierce animal that I tend to identify myself with and identify the brand with. So, real names are Stanislas. When I used to say when people ask me what's your name, I say Stanislas. They were like, what?
Yeah.
So I just stopped. So I say Stan or Stan Low, man. But
Is that camera? You camera? I don't know, bro. This is a legitimate
he's strong
question. Like,
Cameroonian.
is this
I am, 1,000% Cameroonian, man. I'm from the Northwest Province, from
Somebody
a little
from
village
Ghana.
called Bamunkumbi, next to Awin. That's a matter of fact where I know y'all, my brother, come from.
Yes.
Yeah, so Northwest, grew up in Bamenda, man, and then came to the States about 12 years ago.
how about you?
I mean, first of all, thank you for having me.
No doubt.
English is not that perfect.
Nah, you good,
You
bro.
good.
You good, man. Talking to Mike. Put the
You
mic.
good.
You put the
You
mic
good.
closer to Frank a little bit.
Yeah. So, my name is Franck Demanga, and I'm a former Mr. Africa USA 2015.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
All
I
right.
told y'all this guy know that.
All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, me and my homie, my brother, we just found out that we love the same thing. We have the same passion, and we also have the same humility. And when he reached to me, and I was so just blessed. Like I was blessed, and I was just welcome to be a part of his talent, of his creativity.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, everything is about teamwork.
Yeah.
That's facts.
You can be great, but you're not gonna go that far if you don't work with people
Yeah.
who really believe in you. So, I mean, I believe that he definitely gonna reach the top. So
Thank you.
I definitely like what he's do, and that's exactly what I'm doing too. As a supermodel, because I'm two-time top model too. Yeah, and I'm just open and and be appreciative, thankful, to learn from everybody.
Man, the humbleness is crazy, man. Do you feel the humbleness in the building right now?
How important is that in what you guys do? Because y'all looking fly, and
Yeah.
Leaders will flock to you, people want to book you. Like your head can get big easy.
No,
How important is that
I
for
think
y'all?
humility is everything. First of all, I come from humble beginnings. I came from really nothing backgrounds like that story of living from grace and trying to walk yourself up to some level of grace. And growing up, my parents always taught me it's important to be very humble, very respectful. No matter how you grow tall or how you grow successful in whatever you do, our clients come to us sometimes because of the personal and the cordial and the relationships that we create. And by the time they start sensing that you feel too big or too important to talk to them or communicate with them on that personality, you're gonna lose them.
Yeah.
And is the difference that I want to try to bring in the brand. Stanlion is all about that personal relationship. I like to be there to, just not design, but also be there to style my customers and make them look, we say we bring each customer, right? We come with a holistic, individualistic approach.
What?
A holistic, individualistic approach.
Break it down.
So I'm taking nursing into fashion right now.
Uh-huh.
Holistic is the totality of the human being,
Okay.
from head to toe.
Right.
Individualistic now is like making somebody like Frank. I can take almost the same outfit, but walk it up to you and make it just personal for you.
Gotcha.
Make it very individual. You're gonna come probably wearing almost the same thing, but looking very different.
I believe, and the reason why I believe that is because, I had the opportunity to rock one of your suits for my brother-in-law, for my sister's wedding.
Yeah.
JB, shout out.
Yeah,
That thing was slick. When I said that
thank
thing
you,
was
bro.
slick, man,
Thank you.
it was perfect.
Thank you.
It was
thank you.
perfect fit, man.
It
That
was
thing
beautiful.
crazy.
JV came to us really right at the close
Yeah.
of the wedding, and it was one of those things that we had to just juggle and find something that was, good to go for that wedding, and I think everything turned out well, man. Guy
perfect.
is a humble dude,
No,
man. I think they make a perfect couple. So I was just
Yeah.
excited. One of the best things for me is to see that come together, to see somebody's event that they invested so much in come together and they feel happy. And I get so excited that we were part of making their special day special.
Right.
So how quick is your turnaround, yo? Like, you said that it was a quick turnaround. How quick is like somebody comes, yo, I got a wedding tomorrow. How can you like lace me up?
Yeah. So, the thing is, we already stuff that are in stock in our gallery, or that's how I like to call it, a warehouse. So it just depends. I always like to I don't like to impose. I always like to talk to you to see what you're comfortable with as far as color, your style. Some people like it very fitted, like myself. Some people don't like it like that. When I talk to you, I can, ingest or evaluate or whatever your personal style is, and then we figure out from what we have in stock. But we also customize. So if you come early, ahead of time, give us about 3 weeks or a month at least in advance, we can make exactly what fits your profile, your color, or anything of that nature. So but it is easy to when you come to the Lions Den, as we call it, we can make anything work for it.
Lions there. I like
Yeah,
it.
but let me add something
Yeah.
specific about Stanlion design. So he is the mixture of vintage, classic, and street sometimes. So it's not just classic, it's not just vintage.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of all those stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what makes me sometimes excited when I wear one of his stuff, because you don't. It's like you look 60s, 70s to. I mean, every.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Every era,
So you cover the entire 90
Yeah,
yards.
so you
and
capture that, we collect all that, and then put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
in something
materials
that- yeah.
and everything is on point. That's
Gotcha.
I mean, and come on, the lion.
Do you remember how our parents used to wear these suits back in the 60s,
Yeah.
right? With those broad lapels, with the lapel, whatever.
Yes.
I looked at one of the on my old man, and I looked at it and I really loved it. And those are some of those classics when you bring them back into suits that we wear now with the current materials, but mix it up and switch it and start with some of the accessories like what Frank has on here. It's it brings something spectacular. to
We
life.
are running more than our shadow right now. Like, we are way ahead of schedule. Let's break this down bit by bit, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's take it back to your humble roots, right?
Yeah.
You are a registered nurse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, don't let this flyness fool you, man. You know what I mean? Like, the man has a day job. It's
Yes.
not just fashion. You
I
feel
do.
me? How do you take nursing and, turn it into Stanlion? How were you able to do that?
Well, truth is, nursing for me, when I was in Cameroon, right? I went to nursing school in Cameroon. back in Cameroon, like I told you, from my roots coming up, really didn't have much. But I was always that kid that always want to dress a little different, have
Yeah.
the finest things. So when I came to the States, I after graduating from nursing school, I wrote my NCLEX here, passed, and then started working here as a nurse in 2007. So it's been 10 years of working as a nurse in this country. But what nursing has done for me is taught me how to be resilient, humility, because when you're a nurse, you have to be as humble as you can be. You deal with people at the most vulnerable states, right?
Yeah.
At their sickest, at their most embarrassing moments. But it taught me to be humble for me, gave me the ammunition of being able to sustain myself and my family. But in the process of doing that, at work, I wear scrubs all the time. So when I get off work, I'm throwing those scrubs off. And often people will see me out of scrubs, and then they will not believe when I tell them I'm a nurse. They're like, "No, you're not a
You're
nurse."
not.
Right.
But it has been like that for me. But nursing gave me the financial support and everything. So to transform that dream that I had, sometimes before having a fashion line was something like a myth. We only looked at some people up. You have to be somewhere up there to have that. But if you look at it now within the Cameroon community, one of the people that really inspired me, Don Murphy. I don't know whether you guys know Don Murphy.
Nah, I got
No.
no clue.
But this dude is in Texas. The stuff that he has.
Shout out to Del Murphy.
Yes, shout out to Don Murphy, man. Don Sherry Murphy. He is, top notch. And then we also had a brother right next to me, Connoisseur, who
Yeah,
started
yeah.
too. And then some of the people that also inspire me is this big brother. I mean, he's not just an inspiration. He's one of the first that started here in the DMV when it comes to fashion. They call him Dr. J. He's here in Laura for JQ2. He has a shop right here in Laura Town Center. I mean, this big brother is one of those people that did fashion shows, runways, that are crazy if you go back and look at them. But they all inspire me and made me understand that I can do it and do it successfully.
Right.
So I ingest all that inspiration, and then I felt comfortable and confident enough to do my research and brought Stanlion to life.
How'd you get started?
Yeah. So I mean, in Cameroon, I was studying actuary science. So I mean, you guys know what actuary is?
Nah, I got no clue.
No,
Yo, this brother's is next level, man.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, actuaries, actuary are those people who use mathematics and statistics to analyze and and manage risk.
Okay, yeah.
They work for insurance,
Yeah.
bank, and yeah.
Gotcha.
So back home, I was an actuary consultant in Activa Insurance. It's one of the big company in Africa. I always had that, that passion about style. And they always call me the Italian. So, yes, because I always enjoyed how,
Yeah, dressing up.
yeah. But
Putting
you know,
together.
yeah. But in Cameroon, people don't give a damn. I mean, you
Nah.
dress or you don't dress, that's not big. But when I get in this country, just in the train, even in the train, people are gonna, oh my God, you look good, you look great, and I feel like I can make this be something, So
So how did you get into modeling?
I don't even know. Okay, this is a
I
story.
bet you just like fine.
This is a story. I had, small agency back home. I was managing a small agency back home. So I was training model. I wasn't in front. I was in back. Family, dad is gonna be like, oh, you do modeling and stuff. Yeah. I was always in the back. So one day, when client requests couple models for a TV commercial for the Soccer World Cup, 2014. So I went with my 5 guys, to show to the client and couple girls. And when I went there, client said he want that guy. So the broker, the guy who brought the stuff. He said, no, he's a boss. Yeah, he said, no, not him. He's not those. He said, they said, I want that guy. So I was, I did the TV commercial, and they still use it every time that we play. You're gonna see the commercial play. Yeah. So,
Man, I gotta go back and check.
Yeah, man.
yeah, I would definitely show you the link, man.
Bet.
So after that, I got more and more and more like advertising and stuff, but it wasn't that big. Like when I get here, we had that I was living. I mean, because I was going to Texas for school, so we got that casting call from models. It was Rihanna was doing something like she needed couples male model to do some kind of video or something like that. Yeah, in Texas. So I just tried. Like that was
You gotta
just
shoot your shot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go for it, man.
It was just my week in America. So I was,
Wow.
Wow.
I was like, I know I'm not gonna get in. I'm just trying.
Just trying, yeah.
Yeah, so I went there and I'd apply. So they called, they did the shoot, everything. And when they came, because it was like 198 guys, guy from everywhere, those
Yeah.
biggest
Big guy,
guys,
yeah.
Mexican.
Like I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, I knew that I was out. I was just trying. So I'm not gonna call 5 people. They're gonna call one guy. I don't know, it was Jason or whatever. He's the black dude with dreadlocks. Really,
Yeah. You're like, yo, he getting it.
really, yeah. And I'm at the third. They're gonna be like Franck. Me, Franck. There's thousands and thousands of Franck.
Yeah.
Like they say Franck Demanga. I'm like, hold on.
I just making a mistake on it.
Is that a prank or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I say, yeah, me? Yeah, they say, yeah, you Frank? Yeah, come on, man. So they're gonna go 5 people, and I'm gonna be among the 5.
Wow.
I bet a lot of people.
Yeah, and I was shocked. I mean, I couldn't believe. So people wanted to know why they choose me. 5 guys. Like me, I was skinny. Now I'm already skinny, and I asked the lady, and she said, yeah, you got something. I said, what? Like, I want to know, like, why you guys call me. Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, something unique and something different. Those white people. Yeah. I was still confused. So, but I learned something from that maybe I got something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I start like paying attention to
Yeah. And it's made you who you are today. Yo, I want to take it to like, you guys. I ain't gonna stress it enough. Y'all looking dapper. For you as a fashion designer, as an artist, you got people like the Marc Jacobs. What I'm saying, like the barber, the they talk about like taking paper and pen and like crafting. You stuff like that.
Let me tell you, one of the challenging things when that held me back when I started was I had so many crazy ideas running in my head, right? And I'm not the kind of guy that really cuts things and draws things down. So I'm like, man, how am I gonna do this? But I said, you know what? Everything starts with something, and that's why I use a note, the Galaxy Note. It has a pen. I started scratching from my phone. So my idea is when I have them, I just use my S Pen, drive them down. I have my the guy is good with those graphics and transforming. So my sketch, I will send it to him, and then I will send him a whole lengthy message. This is how I want it to look like. This is how I want, and then he will then come up with the whole complete shebang in the real graphic way that we can send it to the factory to manufacture.
Speaking of factory, do you have your own, like, how did you get in contact with your factory? Like, and I'm not telling you to, like,
No.
say the whole story, the secret and stuff, but what was the process like?
Bro,
From ground up.
Let me tell you, that is one of the most challenging things to start a fashion line. Getting the right factory that will make the right stuff for you and at the right price in something. I pretty much spend a whole. If you go to Google, almost everything is on Google, right? Go to Google and search factories for making clothing or something like that, or you know, there is nothing there. There is nothing because if they were there, the goods that everybody, you will not see anything.
Word.
And I searched and searched and searched. I couldn't find it. But you know what? I said I was not gonna give up. So I started making contacts and calls to some of my people out there in Europe because I know that's where the good stuff come from, Italy and all that good stuff. And I happened coincidentally, a friend referred me to somebody that knew somebody out there, and I called and he said, "Okay, he's gonna check some stuff. He knew some factories around the area where he lived, and behold, because I had some disappointment. I did see some stuff online, but when I did samples, man, they came. I was disappointed. I was so disappointed. I just felt like I wasted money. And the samples are very expensive to make, and believe me, setting up a fashion line is not cheap. Yeah, it takes a lot of. If you really want to make it, you're gonna have to understand failure is something that happens on a daily basis. But when you fail, it only gives you ammunition to get up and try to do it again and do it again till you find that perfect thing that you want. Sometimes, I feel I'm comfortable now but I'm always. Let me not use the word comfortable. I'm not comfortable. I'm always ready to challenge the status quo because I think there's always better.
That's facts.
But I got to a point where find the reliable factories that I can make stuff that I believe is quality enough that can. Because for me, I'm going for the big guns. I'm going for the Gucci's. I'm going for the Versace's.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Louis Vuitton because I want to show them that a little kid from an unknown village called Bama can out and make something that is as superior and as standard as we've been making. Because for me, I'm going for the top.
Yeah.
I'm not doing no mediocre stuff, bro. This is not for for your friends and your homies. This is something that we want to make worldwide. And in order to do that, we have to make sure that quality assurance is important. And so we're trying to link up with the best people. So finally, we got to a point where we know that we have to connect to make the right for the people and in any quantity. So it's just about time that Stanlion will really establish and put itself on the world.
Man, you talk about going for the top guns, right?
Yeah.
And this question just popped to mind. Those kind of kids, right, that want to transition into the professional life.
Right.
And they're looking at Stanlion like, I want to look at that man working my new job. I look like Franck walking my new job. Are you ever going to create a line that will sustain this young graduating college kids?
Absolutely. You mean
That's in terms of price?
Oh yeah. Do you? I don't know if you've logged onto our website.
Yeah. Of course.
What we have there when you come in, the first thing is a home of affordable luxury. The reason is because we want to make sure that we wanted everybody to understand that because it's luxurious doesn't have to be expensive to the level where anybody can buy. I don't want to sell a pair of shoes for $5,000 and stuff like that. So I want to make it affordable for the average person. Now we can create an exquisite deluxe brand for the person that wants to have that one thing that nobody else have. Right? You make that limited edition. But we want to make Stanlion a line that every average person can be able to afford something of quality standard that looks luxurious but at an affordable price without breaking your bank. And that is the one thing that I would never try to move away from that, because I want, like you said, a college kid or somebody doing an average day job to be able to have you have a wedding, we're able to make it at a level that's affordable for you. And that's why when everybody comes, designing and everything, material is in different stages and different qualities. Yeah. So when you come to it, sometimes we have to talk quality, material, pricing and everything. We go for what suits you and what you're able to afford, and we can make your stuff from that. So it's always everything can make it work and make it happen, especially when it comes to customization. but for standard and things that we want to put out, we want to put out stuff that everybody can be able to afford.
Where do you go when you?
I mean, personally, I have another. I mean, the same approach, but I have another approach about style. Some people believe that style is about price, or luxury and stuff. No, I mean, I believe that style is the way you put stuff together.
Yep.
I can dress, and it doesn't have to be Louis Vuitton or Zara or John Varvatos to be, to make me look.
Yeah.
It's the way that I put
Because
together.
sometimes these people wear some of the most expensive stuff, but you can't even know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you? I don't know. You watched this? I forgot the name of this song. The guy went to a thrift store and this,
Lamore.
I love that. Song, right? Once man's try, some other man's come up.
Yeah.
People that will go to a thrift store. If you watch Jedena, this guy who is from Nigeria.
Yeah.
If you listen to his story, he goes to a thrift store sometimes and stuff, and then go retouch it, and then put his little star and little accessories to it, have his tailor touch it, and then make it. So like Frank is saying, it's not really about all the times about the top price that makes you look elegant. It's about how you style it and how you put it together, and making stuff be able to affordable to everybody. That way will help in
Yeah.
in all that.
Man, there's something in town that people talk about when you mention Stanlion. And it's that patch on your left pocket.
Yes.
Great logo, great patch.
Thank you.
But why? I mean, why is it necessary? Like for me, for example, right? Sometimes if I'm rocking a suit, right,
Right.
I'm gonna rock that suit that you're rocking the jacket that you're rocking right now. One thing that would stop me from wearing, for example, is that patch. Around with this big patch on me.
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need to put that on there?
Good question. Thank you very much. First of all, the patch is something that it's not compulsory. So it's an add-on accessory.
Okay.
No, okay,
Right.
yeah, makes sense.
If you come to Stanlion and some people clamor, they tell me, I want to have that patch because they feel like they want to show that they're wearing Stanlion and they're proud of it. If you know my boy Valerie Holmes,
Yeah.
every Stanlion item he has, he wants to have the patch on it because he wants the world to know. Now, I'll also say, did you know that most Nike stuff have the sign of Nike on it?
Yeah.
The Gucci has the Gucci sign on it.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know that you're wearing Gucci and you're wearing Nike, and they don't have a problem with it. So for us, it's the same thing. The patch, it doesn't go with everybody or everything. Now you come and buy your elegant style suit, you don't want to have a patch. No, and generally most of these really work for sport coats.
Yeah.
But anytime I'm going out like here to talk about Stanlion, I feel very proud and happy to put the patch on.
Most definitely.
You see, Frank is wearing Stanlion. He doesn't have the patch on. You need to put the patch on. But if he feels like it and wants to do it, he'll put it on.
Hey.
So it is really an optional thing. But for us, it's that feeling of that self-fulfilling of the brand, just like you wear any other brand and have the logo.
Man, y'all heard it from the man. So quit talking about the patch.
Yes,
You could
quit
either
talking
have
about
it
that.
or you cannot have it. It's
Yes,
your choice.
Absolutely.
I want to start from you, Frank, and then go back to style. What's the difference between style and fashion in your opinion?
Style and fashion. Yes, in my opinion, style is an art. So it's something that you cannot learn. I mean, people learn, but it's something that you're born. I mean, you're born with that, like to see how to understand color, how to understand materials. It's just some kind of art. It's inside your vein. But fashion is like in my opinion, it's like a mix of different styles. It's like I'm gonna speak with math. You have those ensemble. So you have
Like a circle?
you have those big circles.
Yeah,
that's fashion.
Yeah.
Right. So it's house you have fashion, and inside you have different style.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the mixture or the cocktail of all those stuff we make what we call fashion. But style is it's like your print.
Yes. Let me just throw more light on that. Style is very individualistic, right? Everybody has his own way. Like I was saying, you can take one suit, but the aesthetics and the finest details that you put on it to make it your own is your style. It is very personal for everybody. Fashion is like a trend, something that it goes with the crowd. You remember back in the days, our parents used to wear these alpaca trousers, right? Yeah. That was fashion at that time, and the salamander shoes and all that stuff that phased out. Fashion kind of phased out and changes so often, but when your style is personal, it can change with somebody, but it lives with you, and it's very personal and it's very, very individualistic in the way it is.
Nah, I dig it.
Yeah.
Nah, it makes sense. What's the importance of a man and his tailor, like that relationship?
Oh man, let me tell you something. Okay. Let me take for instance, right? Two of us, we walk, like we're going for a job interview, right? You dress in sneakers, you have, jacket hair, t-shirt, chain, and we're going for a job interview. You have saggy pants, and I'm dressed up, not too much, classic Stanlion suit, nice leather pants, nice leather shoes, a good tie on, and we walk into that job interview. If you are the boss of that company, first of all, the approach and the presence, what will appeal to you first?
And the guy with a suit, man.
Dressing is everything, and the first impressions is always so important in everything that you do. And dressing good gives you confidence, generally. It makes you feel good, that positive exuberance of happiness. When I dress well, bro, I don't have to have something in my pocket, man. There's some flair that I work with that is different. I get excited. My boy Holmes can tell you, when it comes to the den and then I get a new design, he puts it on, man. This guy will be going off. Man, he just goes talking. That I just turn my camera on.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. When I sit on Facebook and I watch your boy Holmes speak, it's like the most funny
hilarious thing ever.
Yeah, it's not funny like, oh, he's a joker.
Yeah,
it's just like how excited
he's
he
excited.
is.
That excitement that when you dress well and when you feel confident and comfortable about yourself. And so, I mean, it doesn't mean that we all have to wear jeans and stuff all the time. Certain occasions and that your presentation is very important. And so it is, I think it's something that we have to learn, dressing responsibly, dressing nice, and just having that good quality.
Yeah. There are some controversy real quick before Frank answers the same question. Would you say, right?
Yeah.
Don't hit me. Say this. don't just. But anyways, would you say Maryland, right? Like, the DMV is the capital of fashion in the United States when it comes to, Africans in diaspora?
Nah.
No.
The capital of fashion.
I think where Frank is where it's at, New York.
Well,
I'm talking about Africans.
Africans?
Yeah, Africans.
Oh yeah, Africans, man. Africans here in the diaspora they eat. I'm not. We have guys here, Africans here, that can dress to the T. I mean, these guys spend money on their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the parties that we have around here, and the thing is that I cannot really compare 100% because I've not really been into all the states and all the other places. So maybe I'm a little bit
biased
on this information, but I do believe our homeboys here from Africa, man, they'll bring it to the table. You're gonna have to come hard to beat them to it. Yeah. So
probably Texas though. Dallas,
Texas, man. People go to Texas and they come back to the DMV.
Yeah,
So I'm like, they go make 2 months, 2 years, 3 years, and then the next time they're back in the DMV. Yeah. So man, at the end of the day, people say whatever the DMV has, gossip, Congosa, you make it what you want to make it.
Yes.
It's all about your own personal way of carrying yourself and making you. So if you live here in the DMV, you want to be in all the mess that's going around instead of being in some positivity, like being here with stuck in the middle.
Yo.
Hey, so be it.
Yeah.
But you make it what it is. DMV for me, man. I can't go to another state and feel like I'm here. You know
That's
what I'm
facts.
saying?
That's facts. Yeah.
Business go take me to other places, but this is always gonna be my home.
Yeah.
Frank is like, man, I'm just keeping New York and PA on the map.
Because he has a different mindset about it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it though.
I mean, I'm not going to answer that question because I never be everywhere, so I don't know. But for some that I know, people can dress here in Maryland. They can dress here, you know. So when you see somebody who can dress, you acknowledge. Yeah, but I'm not going to say DMV is the best because I know my people from Atlanta who
They can put it on.
They can put it on. I don't want to talk about New York. There's a major over there, you know.
New York, is it really Africans making it out there in New York?
You know,
And I was talking
Specific Africans.
African.
Is it really
I mean, there's an
African?
African community in New York too.
Yeah, I know it is, but are they the ones bringing it to the table? Like we do
I
here
don't
in
know.
the DMV.
I don't know.
See?
Honestly, I don't know.
What styles are you excited to see come? You know how styles phase in and out,
Yeah, phase in.
and so with Stanlion, you got covered. But what styles are you looking at? What trends are you looking at right now? You like, yo, that's dope, but that's not dope.
For me, I think dope is personal. It depends on what you think dope is. I mean, even with the suit game, it depends on how you wear it, how the lapel is, how the stitching and all that stuff is. So it changes. It changes with time. But for me, what we're doing at Stanley now, doing suits and we do t-shirts, we do shirts, we do shoes and all the other stuff. Like we want to bring. Let me see. Okay, if you go. Which store can I relate it to? Are you familiar with Suit Supply?
No.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
familiar
yeah,
with
yeah.
Suit Supply, and I don't think I can really model myself to any of them particularly, but I love some pieces from different places. But we want to be like an embodiment of an ensemble of something that is uniquely built to have all the tangibles. I want to be able to make dope t-shirts as well. I want to be able to make some beautiful shirts as well. Something for the person that doesn't want to wear a suit, but have something also that is very classy and that's very unique.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we're still clamoring to find young designers that are hungry, that are aspiring to make it in the industry. And Stanlion is still just very fresh and emerging, and we're ready and open to work with some of those. So I'm still looking for that fine talent, that raw person has not been tapped. So,
I tell you right now, man, I might be skinny, but I can fit a mean suit.
Oh, and one of
You're
the things that we're trying to do, Reflex, is we want to be able to make suits that fit everybody. Even we don't customize, we want to go now from our stock from what we've because within the last 6 months, some of the biggest clients that we've had have been people that wear 44, 46, and even lower than that. So it has really changed my mindset on where we want to start our measuring. So we're going to start from like a 32 US size all the way to a 60. Big boy. Yeah. We want to cater for everybody. We want everybody to be able to have that opportunity to wear a Stanlion suit, because initially I ended production at 56, which is European 56. But I think that is cutting out a lot of people. And so when anybody tells me, oh, I can't fit in it, I think you're doing stuff for just somebody that the average person that is slim. Yeah, it bothers me. I want to make sure that if you're a little bit heavy, you can still wear. If you're skinny past, you wear
Everybody's
Stanlion.
covered.
Yeah.
Frank, are you wearing the perky collar right now?
If I'm wearing what?
Are you rocking the perky collar?
You know what? I tell you why Frank is not wearing the perky collar right now. Frank is not wearing the perky collar right now because we were rolling at the house like we were supposed to be at 3:30. And
Yo, what's the perky collar? Like? That's the I don't
Yeah,
know.
the perky color.
Please explain to him what
The
the perky
perky
color
color is. You know how when you dress up like Frank is.
Yeah.
Luckily, Frank is the guy that understands fashion.
You look good, by the way.
Yeah. Your perky color is supposed to make your collar stand like that. You know how some people dress and their collars sat under their jackets
Oh,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It looks so. The perky collar is one of those items that we've collaborated with these guys that made that perky collar originally, and we really think it's a good idea to have a perky collar. You want to dress like this, you don't want to wear it or anything. You don't want to have a saki collar. The perky collar goes underneath.
Yeah, my dad's brother, that was his thing. Like,
Yeah.
he just rocked that every day. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't matter how hot it was.
Yes.
He has one of those.
Yeah, it is a very classic way of dressing. The thing is, when you're passionate about anything, right? You do research about it, and
That's facts.
and every day I learn something. I get challenged sometimes. Then for me, even in anything that I do, being in nursing or everything, there are sometimes when I'm in a hospital and a patient comes and asks me a question about something that I don't know. The next minute, man, I'm doing research on that because I never want to have that embarrassment or not understand that. So for fashion, for me, I'm learning every day. I didn't go to fashion school or anything like that. I'm just going with my personal instinct and some of the natural things that are imbued in me, and in the process of that, now learning and then as I'm going. So understanding material, the weights, the quality, the fabrics, and of the different kinds of wool and all that stuff. I'm taking my time and learning. So I sit home, I research. Even sometimes when I have a layback time, I'm on it. Yeah.
What you got going on this fall?
So, fall is almost facing out, and we have something coming up on December 9th. It's basically a Stanlion showcase for some of the products that we've made for this winter. We have really classic dope blazers and winter overcoats and some boots, man, that we've made that I think every guy should have. And so this will be at Five Sisters Restaurant, December 9th, which is a Saturday. And it's really going to be an all-day show starting from 4 p.m. all the way to midnight. And Five Sisters, we choose Five Sisters because of the space, the elegance of the place, and the good food. We want an area where, first of all, let me just make it's free for everybody. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pay a dime. All you need to do is come in that day. If you want to reserve your table, you can reserve it ahead of time. And you just call Sisters, and they will reserve your table. I think it's $100 to reserve a table, but that $100 goes to your drinks. It is not just for a reservation. And so you want to have a good sitting that day. What we'll have that day is, some of the, beautiful models in the DMV area. We will wear some of the stuff that we have, and while walking and showcasing, we'll talk about it, talk about the details of what it is and how it was made, quality of it, and all that stuff. And then in so doing, we'll have about 30 to 50% sales from the new stuff that we have, or from the old stuff that we had from last year that we just want to push out as well. And loafers that day, I'm putting some of the loafer classics that we had from last year at about $9.99 anything. Cash and carry.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. How do you deal with competition?
Hey, competition is my motivation.
That's like
the business is a business of competition, right? And if there's no competition, sometimes you will get too comfortable. I enjoy competition, and past competition. Competition that's not about jealousy. Competition is not about taking other people down. Competition is not about lying. Competition that is healthy competition. So when you sit and you're working and you see somebody comes up with a dope stuff, with something dope on that brand, be like, damn, that's good. And that kicks your mind, be like, man, I gotta do something. It pushes you to work hard. It pushes you to do something extraordinary. So it pushes you to sit and you think. and I'm sitting and things are going off in my head. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm trying to sketch something or trying to write something down that I'm going to do. So I think competition is very important in the business and in pretty much in everything that we do, so that we don't stay comfortable, we don't stay stuck in the status quo. We keep pushing and keep doing it. That's why you see Apple, iPhone, and we have 1, 2, 3 seasons, the next best thing, then the next best thing, and we keep going. And
I mean, competition in my opinion trigger creativity.
Absolutely, that's it.
dope.
Triggers creativity.
That's dope. That's dope. Let's switch things a little bit. Let's talk family.
Yep,
You're a family guy, man. I love it.
man. Is everything, man. Family is no.
What I really love the most is the fact, like your confidence. You know what I mean? Like, wear the crown. You know what I mean? You got like the little, I don't know what they're called, the furry thing.
The fur, yeah.
You carry a baby and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So people go say, this man not show.
Like my boy home say, they say I did show, I borrow money for you.
I did chop for your house.
Family is everything for me. And growing up, I grew up in a family of, I'm the first in my household, have four brothers and one sister. So grew up in that big inclusive family. When I came to the States, man, I started early. I started making money in this country. I came in 2005. By 2007, I was a registered nurse. Started driving my first Mercedes at 2008. So I was on that fast pace, spiraling down on, just, chicks and everything, drinking and stuff. But we had a group called Five Boys, man. We were throwing parties here and there. But, it came to me at some point that, you know what? If you don't put yourself together, you're going to screw up and you're going to mess up. And being the first in the family, me and Franck would about it because he's also first in the family. I said I had to be an example for my younger brothers and my sister. So that humbled me, and I went home in 2009, man, and I met this damn piece, man. I just couldn't take my eyes off this girl. She was gentle, a little bit shy, just a very nice chocolate complexion, smooth, man. She looked like she was in the States, So,
this man said, I give a bring the one back.
I came back, I was having nightmares. I swear, I came back, man. I couldn't stop thinking. I called my dad. I said, man, you gotta go talk to this family. I got married to this girl. Honestly, for me, it didn't take long to decide who I was get married to. I knew her family. I knew her a little bit when she was little, but it was no dating relationship or anything. I moved to the States. I was out here, but when I moved home to visit and I met this girl, that was it. I came back, made the decision 2010. I went and did my traditional marriage, and then she came in 2011. And we've had 3 beautiful children. My first daughter, Gabriella. Second is Alexa. She's 2. First is 4. And then I just had Junior. We named him after the brand, Stanlion Junior. So it's a goal that is the most beautiful thing that I have in life. And then when you have children, there's such love that you cannot explain. It's the purest, the most love that you can ever give in this world. So. Man, I think that is the best part of my life that I have, and I wouldn't exchange that for anything. So, just
you give mad love and respect now, man, on Facebook. Now I appreciate it. It's motivating brothers like me, little brothers like me.
And it takes time. When you find that right woman, Lisetta Kisa has not just been a support. When you find a woman that supports your dream, that supports your cause, it changes everything. There are times I remember when she was pregnant with Junior. I was at work and somebody called me, and they wanted something like real quick to go for an event. So I called her up, like, babe, you're gonna have to try to go downstairs, and and she is very keen with style. And sometimes you judge my style, and then she the one that tells me, no, that's not working, babe. So she went down. Help start this guy up, and and that's what when not. And sometimes she'll be the one who, at least sometimes we'll do like a video call or something. and that works out. But a woman that supports your passion and supports your dream is everything, man.
Yeah.
I respect it. You single?
Respect.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to be like him when I grow up.
Are you able to model like you, man? You look, navigating the industry. How you able to, keep your head low,
That's
bro?
crazy, man. It's crazy. I just want to be like him when I grow up. Yeah, talking about family, coming from poor family from 7, because I'm the first. With 7, I got 3 little sister and 3 little brother, and they all look up to me. So I've always been that guy who's in school, the perfect guy, the first, like no mistake, no smoke, no tattoo. Sometimes you're like, even free. But anyway, so I mean, I enjoy that. I enjoy my position. I also believe that God do everything for a reason. Yeah. So, I mean, to answer your question, as a model, relationship, it's really complicated, man.
You got to think about what you say right now before you know your side piece. I slide you the optional pass. Just be like, next question. Hey, yo, Frank, why you mention me on the internet?
You was talking to me there, and this talk you talk about me. Are you right here?
Oh man! Oh no, man! Nah, I don't know. You're right. I don't know, man. I mean, God will decide. I'm not gonna. Next question.
I respect it, man.
Respect. Man, what is happiness to you guys? What is happiness?
Sorry.
What is happiness?
Happiness?
Yeah, aside from family, what else? Like
In the
really,
business,
in the business aspect of it, like what really makes you happy?
Can I answer that first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, for me, happiness will be when I will find that lady who will be my friend, my homies, my wife, my everything. Even about money,
Right.
because it doesn't make sense if you have money, cars, houses, but you don't have that person who will help you all every time, will complete you. So for me, I would prefer to be poor and have that woman to be rich and be single. So that's for me. Yeah.
And you said outside family?
Outside
Like,
family.
yeah,
Outside
family.
family. You already know family.
Yeah. For me, and in the world of the fashion world right now, I think what makes me happy, and I was just telling one of my customers, I sit sometimes and somebody just sends me a picture that they wore a Stanlion item, maybe a suit or shoe or a t-shirt, and I wake up just feeling just excited for nothing, for that, because I'm just thankful. Sometimes I have to slap myself. I say, wow, I can't believe I have that impact in somebody's life, to be able to have that ability to dress up somebody and make them feel so good about it that they're speaking like boy homes. And you have people you wake up to your phone and you have pictures of people's wedding with stuff that you made, or even if you just retail them. It's a beautiful, I think, one of the most satisfying things that I've had to enjoy in the industry so far. Yeah.
Man.
Success.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, in the same way, the first definition of my happiness, I had to good family, but the other form of happiness for me is when sometimes people text you and say, man, people text you from Congo, Ivory Coast, and just say, we like what you do.
Yeah, that's that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
too.
sometimes people
I get texts like that from on IG, on Messenger, just random. This thing is a beautiful thing about is people, the appreciation from people. I just sit and somebody says, Stanlion, I just really like what you're doing, brother. I just texting you, tell you I admire what you do. When I don't have my money right yet, but when I have, I'm coming to Stanlion to get this thing. And some people will just thank you for being able to do this for me. And I mean, it's the little things in life, really. It's the little things in life that really makes the difference. Honestly, yeah.
Man, I like it.
Yeah.
As we round up, we into a segment of this podcast. Why I challenge you, brothers. We call this segment Rapid Fire.
What?
Y'all ready for this?
What
man?
is that?
Y'all ready for this?
Rapid, rapid question, rapid answer.
Rapid answers.
Oh, jeez. It's not good.
We go. You know, what I'm saying the rule is maximum 3 words.
Yeah.
Minimum 1 word.
I see him coming.
You know what I'm saying? And it's you. All right. You taking a girl out, your wife
Yeah.
and your kids, or you girl out to dinner. You know, you mentioned y'all want to style out. Red lipstick or black lipstick?
Red lipstick.
Realistic.
Nails, black nails or red nails?
Red nails.
It can be pink or red. I mean,
Hoop earrings or long earrings?
Wait, long earrings are fine.
Skirt or dress?
I like the dress. I like the
French. I don't know sometimes the difference between
Skirt or dress though?
the skirt. What is
The
the
Like a skirt and a blouse,
Oh,
or
yeah,
you know what I'm
dress,
saying, like a nice
dress,
dress. For
yeah.
you, I mean heels or flats?
heels. Don't do flats with me.
Yeah, heels.
Keep it in the car.
Yeah, heels. Yeah.
He said keep it in the car.
Yeah.
Red wine or white wine?
Red wine, definitely.
Yeah, it will depend on the lady, man.
Yo, I like this guy, man.
French man. Don't forget, it's a French man.
You're a 4 o'clock guy or 7 p.m. guy? PM guy or 7 p.m. guy?
4 p.m. or 7 p.m.
Yeah. Think about it.
Okay,
Just pick
4 p.m.
Or,
Is p.m.
yeah, PM.
or 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
4 p.m. or 7 p.m.
I'm the 4 a.m. guy, man. Master, you don't tell me. Yeah.
Shout out to myself. 4 p.m. or 7 p.m. guy.
7 p.m.
I like I like this guy, man. 4 p.m., 7 p.m. is when you bring her back home to her parents if you still dating, you know what I mean?
Man.
He's not even thinking of that one. He already has
My
his
man said
quiz
4
on.
Thinking about the other things when you are a father of three, man, when you're thinking about when these kids are all snoring.
Oh, man.
You just have your moments.
Nah, man. Like for you know, so we bringing it back to fashion. You know how important is accessories. You know, so for me, if I just running it up, how fashion, accessories, everything, and all that.
Accessories is key. For me, you don't have to do too much, right? But if the accessories are not there, the accessories are key to making you look, stylish, style to your style, right? To your own personal way. The little things in it change everything from how every other person. Because if I give you the same suit, right, the way you accessorize will make it different from. So for me, accessories are key, man. If you come to the Lion's Den, you have the pochettes, the brooches, the lapel pins, the lapel flowers, and everything, and it embellishing it with the colors. And there's a color code that you have to follow. Don't mess the colors up, man. Don't go and defy me. We're talking about don't defy the color. There are colors that have to embrace each other. Some just don't work. So those are the things that make style very nice and enjoyable. And that's why you're able to put, a pink trouser with a black, something like this, and all
Make
the
it
other
look
stuff,
nice.
the little bushes and stuff like that. It gives it gives the finish.
Bruh. All good things gotta come to an end, man. Sadly.
Yeah, man.
But I'm getting all the keys after this podcast. And I'm gonna come to the Lions Den.
Sir?
Nah, bro. Appreciate y'all for coming, man. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Sorry.
Accessory. I'm just gonna add. Accessory. For an outfit is like is. Can you imagine music without beat?
Oh yeah. That's
it ain't gonna work, yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you wear something without accessory, it's mute. It's mute. So the accessory always bring that joy.
Yeah.
That sense.
In the outfit. It makes the outfit happy.
That melody. I mean, you're a musician. You understand that?
Yeah. As soon as you said it, I was like,
Yeah,
Nah, I dig it. Man. Frank, man, I don't know if this is an insult to you, but I didn't know, where can people, find you? Where can people learn more about, your fashion and everything that you got going on and coming in the future?
What's that?
Where can people find you?
Learn more about what you're doing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have my Instagram. It's Franck Demanga, like Frank
Underscore.
Underscore.
Yeah.
Franck underscore Demanga. My face, I have a Facebook a page, official page. Is Franck Demanga 237. You know, Cameroon. Zip code. And my Facebook is Franck Demanga. So it's just Franck Demanga. Yeah.
How can people find you, Stanlion? Like not like you're not already, but you know.
Was
How can people find you? You know,
Oh,
those comments
man.
earlier on, people
how
were
can
asking for the
people-
website.
Okay, for the website
too,
is www.stanlion.com. That is STNLIO. So it's basically a Stanlion.com. Things that people Android, iOS for Apple, we have some to finish with that. So as soon as that's going to be done, we will make that available. So we have the apps and it's easy to just hop online with it. If you can't go to the website, you can get the app. On Facebook, we are Stanlion Clothing, right? And we are on Stanlion underscore clothing, and you get us there. Snapchat is the same, Stanlion underscore clothing. I don't want to be using too many different confuse people. We stay consistent like that. So, and then of course, the phone number 2404-817-677. You can get us there as well. Just call us, let us know what we can do for. Let's know what we can, how we can be part of that special day or that special event that you want to be. You want to create.
I dig it.
Yeah, man. Oh, quick question. One last real quick question. Are you going to the blog section to your website where people could learn about style? Like you could educate people about color, style, and all that stuff.
Absolutely. That's something that we're looking into right now. I think the challenging part is that I've been a little too busy. So I'm still getting components of, the team that will be able to put all these things together. So this 2017 was really setting the platform of creating the collection, making websites suitable for everybody, creating the apps and everything. And then that including that blog is very important because so many times I get, I find out people are lapel pins are, what the different kinds of lapels are and what to use or what. So I think it would be really important to create that blog where we can discuss very specific about fashion that will help, every gentleman or lady be able to, just put some few things together easy.
I dig it because I need some schooling.
Hey, man. Well, gentlemen, thank you for coming through.
Hope you come back, man, with everything you got going in the future.
I mean, I love what you're doing out here. And I think one of the most beautiful things, I don't only like the name. The name is very ingenious, stuck in the middle. And then generally the fact that you guys are able to put this on to make people understand and know what us Africans are doing here in this community. And then back in the days, I think people didn't know so much of what is going on with us and what talents that we have around here. I was telling y'all before when TC Panchak, which is my boy, I love him. He came to the Lions Den and we dressed him for his event. When he came, one of the places that I knew he was here was because I saw, I got that click from Stuck in the Middle thing, TC Panchak. I was like, damn, brother got here and just got to Stuck in the Middle. Yeah. That's beautiful. So, man, y'all just keep grinding, just keep doing what you're doing, man. I would love to be back on this show anytime. And
definitely, bro.
Yeah,
definitely.
I appreciate y'all reaching out and let us be this platform.
Appreciate it, man. Hey.
And Frank, thank you too for coming.
No,
to New
definitely.
York.
Surprising us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sir.
Came through in style,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you've been listening to Stuck in the Middle podcast. Don't forget to review the show on YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms, SITM Podcast, at SITM Podcast, and listen, email SITM Podcast 237@gmail.com. And all that.
Yeah, man.
It's December. Man, it's been a dope year.
It's been a dope year, for sure.
It's been a dope year. And
it's been a long one, too.
Visit the website and look at the calendar event section to see who we got lined up for December. I'm blanking out right now, but yeah.
Sean Spencer.
She's
yeah.
the TV with she's awesome.
The founder and CEO of Quayle TV.
Quayle TV, yeah, she's dope.
EM Power,
Yes, sir,
our 89.3 FM post, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, man. It's going to be dope. Tune in next week. Until then, it's Stuck in the Middle podcast.
Yeah, man. We out.
We out.